Hello. Today I want to do a video talking about characters that give me witch energy. Now, many of you may be thinking, there's a ton of magic users, there's a ton of characters that are classified as witches or whatever. Not every magic user is a witch, number one. Kid is flailing herself against the door wanting to get in right now. If you want to do videos kind of talking about who's, wizardy type characters versus sorcerers and sorceresses and whatever, there's different classes, and I'm not just saying this in a D&D way. I think my idea of witches and magic users and things would be probably similar to D&D, but there's different kinds of magic users, and not everyone has witch energy, and not every character that has witch energy does magic, okay? So I'm gonna talk about, and these are probably gonna mostly be women, but it doesn't always have to be women, but these are the characters that give me specifically witch energy. What does witch energy mean to me? Well, number one, I think I am very qualified to talk about this because I am a witch, obviously. If you're into witchy stuff or you just are interested, my other channel, linked down below, I talk about witchy stuff more. And on TikTok too sometimes. Other places, if you haven't gotten clued in about the witchy stuff, there's a moth in the background, that's what's happening. But for me, witchy energy is definitely confident, possibly a little bit dark, usually attuned with nature in some way, or the elements, but elements can go both ways. It's mostly vibes, and I wanna see if you understand. So the first person, Agnieszka from Uprooted, by Naomi Novik. Again, magic user in this case, but specifically anyone that uses nature magic feels very witchy to me. Now, not every witch is a green witch, not every witch is necessarily using nature. However, I think witchiness and nature go kind of hand in hand, regardless of what kind of witch somebody is and if they use green witchcraft or anything like that. So yeah, her being specifically a magic user, having almost a younger Baba Yaga vibe to her, especially towards the end of the book. Just her also standing up to a character who's more of a wizardy type. All of that feels very witchy to me, and I love her for it. Also deep bonds with female friendship. All of this is very witchy. Okay, this one is very obvious because it's in the title, but again, not every character that's a witch in the books necessarily would be a witch to me. Does this make sense? But Vassela obviously is a witch. Specifically in The Winter of the Witch, she's a witch the whole time. But when we're talking about her coming full circle witchness, one of the reasons I love this book so much is because the full epic nature of her witchery in this book is unmatched. She has every single element of Eastern European folklore mixed in. She's the ultimate folk witch. There's also Baba Yaga references in here, so anything that's Baba Yaga-ish, obviously basically OG witch right there. Not OG, there's witches everywhere, but Baba Yaga is very iconic, but very in tune with nature, folklore, has a whole oppression thing going on because Christianity is moving into the area, so we have this historic element that has a lot to do with witches. The way that she deals with otherworldly beings, there's a lot of between life and death stuff here. I love a witch that's between life and death, love a hedge witch. So she is perfection. Karoo from Daughter of Smoke and Bone, witch energy. There's obviously other things going on here besides just witchy stuff, but the elements of basically the things that she has to use for a lot of her witchy stuff, again, it's just very witchy. You could call her other things. There are definitely other names even within the book for sort of what she is and what she does. But her, again, connection to life and death, the way that she uses certain things, the way that she does the magic specifically is incredibly witchy. And I love her for that. Also, she has blue hair. That is such witch energy. Brisas from This Poison Heart. I mean, I think they do categorize them as witches in this. But nature witch, again, she has nature powers and can tend to plants and stuff very well. So we have that nature witch element. Also, her family lives in a big giant Gothic mansion, and they have an apothecary in there that the townspeople come to. And they also have a whole poison garden. And then there's a bunch of Greek mythology things mixed into this. Original witches stuff. Perfect. Oh, that just reminded me of another character that I wasn't gonna talk about because they are very on the nose, but they belong here. Cersei by Madeline Miller. Cersei is one of the original witches as well. I mean, the first line in this book is, "When I was born, the name for me did not yet exist." She's so good. So again, life of seclusion, which is not always a thing with witches, but life of seclusion, misunderstood, using nature, communing with like animals and stuff. This book is so good. I know people tend to really either love The Song of Achilles or Cersei. I love them both, but this one sticks in my heart like a thorn that is painful but also good. I think about this book a lot. And lastly, Zoya from the Grishaverse. Not every Grisha is a witch, in my opinion. I know that the like northerner people call them witches, whatever. Not every Grisha is a witch, in my opinion. Zoya has witch energy. No one else really does. Nina's close. I would say, like, for example, Alina to me, not a witch. Sorceress, possibly. Some other, like, kind of, yes. Zoya, witch. I think it's a little bit of the harsh exterior, possibly. The fact that she does more of like elemental type magic feels very witchy to me. Communing with like some sort of like darker elements, that all feels very witchy. So Zoya's a witch. None of the other Grisha are. Besides, well, Baghra. Baghra's obviously a witch. But nobody else. They all are different kinds of magic users in their vibes. That is it. Those are all the characters that I feel like are witches specifically. I would love to know, based on these vibes, if there's any characters that you really feel like are witches, particularly from books that I have not read. Recommend them to me because I love a witchy woman. And also let me know if you want me to do like other magic users. I feel less passionately about those because I am not one of those. Is a spinny chair gonna be a problem for me in this filming thing? You let me know if this is bothersome, but I just want to spin in it. But if you want me to do, you know, like sorcerers, sorceresses, wizards, like that's a different feeling. Alchemists, love an alchemist. Yeah, I can definitely do that. If you want me to make this a series, let me know. So thank you all for watching. I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.